It is so funny how extremely innovative Nukitashi is. It is the first anime series that you will have that is not a full-on where the main character actually the main girl within 10 episodes. It's crazy that that's so unheard of. So many other series, it takes like hundreds upon hundreds of chapters of its source material before it even implies that something happened. But no, Nukitashi's like, no, they just like just straight up. It is so crazy. It is crazy. But yeah, episode 10 of Nukitashi, absolutely hilarious episode that unfortunately does kind of play into the realm of it's not really much to talk about here besides the joke themselves, but it was absurd. I had way too much fun watching this episode. And it's really around sort of what I've kind of really enjoyed about the series, where it's this group that's trying to take down this organization and they're using the most absurd methods in order to take them down. Yes. Mines. Mines. Literally out of nowhere, the girl just falls down and she's got this massive he's like, I have mines. They're all underground. He somehow and buried all of these underground, and if they step on the mines, it just shoots it right up and just knocks them out. I lost it. And then they have drones that are flying around and shooting substances on their face that's super and taking them out. And then over here Asane is just tracking all of the and says that there's like a massive flood of that we have to watch out for. I was losing. This is exactly what I love about the comedy of this series. It's just so like adult and raunchy, but it's like off the wall stuff. I've always enjoyed series that have unconventional combat. Is what I call it, unconventional combat. That's why I like Sakamoto Days so much. It's combat so unconventional. It's taking down somebody with some odd means. But this is going next level. This is going next level. I'm still trying to figure out how Fumino was able to shoot with a sniper rifle. I know why it ricocheted, again, because it's made from this substance, but like she's shooting, it's ricocheting off stuff into. It's so stupid. And I love it. It's so damn stupid, and I absolutely love it. What else did they have that was crazy in this episode? Misaki decided to run over a truck with a crane, so we have another near isekai moment. Asana using dolls as a distraction. It's crazy. It was absolutely crazy. But outside of the goofy combat sequences, they had a couple of interesting scenes here. One was mainly around Hinami confronting Rei, which I kind of assume was eventually going to happen. And I think this is going to be like the tipping point for Rei, and especially the FS, or at least possibly Rei kind of pushing the FS to follow her. Maybe it might involve Toka as well, or maybe she might. I'm assuming Rei's going to start before Toka. And the idea that, yes, Rei notices that, oh, it's Hinami. One of the members of the anti-copulation front is my friend. And very quickly, she's trying to protect her. Hinami wants to fight. Oh, I forgot about that, Hinami. I forgot that Hinami took down the big lady with on her chair. It just falls down right now. Anyways, she notices Hinami, and Hinami wants to fight. She has something to fight for, and Rei doesn't want to fight against her. And so it does kind of give that sense that Hinami has a lot more desire to, protect her friends and push for the future of her friends, whereas Rei is more kind of shaky in that regard. Suddenly now she's confronted with it. She doesn't have that resolve to fight against her friend. That Hinami possibly is more important. Now, she does have her siblings, and that could probably come up in her mind at some point, but right now in front of her is her friend. She wants to protect her friend. I think there's a sense there where she probably sees Hinami as like a little sister as well. But either way, she doesn't want to fight against her. Hinami's willing to. And then the moment that the show lady shows up, boom, cover it up. Protect her. She wants to protect her friend. She doesn't want to fight against her, wants to protect her. And then following this whole scene, having that whole situation where now the show lady is treating them like pawns, talking about how they're going to cut all their funding. Rei's realizing very quickly that they're just using us. It's always been that way. And I think that kind of does play into Toka's whole thing. Toka is letting herself be used because she wants to create a place for everybody else. But eventually she's going to realize they can take that funding away. And in the end, we're just used again. Rei is already seeing that. And again, Toka is seeing that, but she's wanting to overcome it. Rei's seeing here, we are just pawns. We've always been pawns. We were used before. We thought we had a place now. We're being used again. And I think that might lead Rei, along with Hinami, hey, the FS isn't doing this no more. The FS is going to rise up, possibly take over the entire island. I mean, they're talking about spreading this throughout the entire country, but this could turn, essentially, this island into one that they run instead of the show. But we'll see. Anyways, Jinosuke gets onto the boat. We have a little bit of a showdown with Ikako. We have round 2 with Ikako. I thought he was gonna her again. I seriously, they had me. I was thinking it was because he's thinking about, you know, that whole scene with him and Toka and how she's saying that he's gonna be a emperor or whatever, the emperor of, and then it's like, whatever, take it, and he just rips it down, and I'm like, oh, is he just gonna like overcome her? Like overcome. Is he going to overcome her? I thought that was the direction it was going to go. And the idea that he would no longer be afraid to just use it. But again, that plays against his mindset with Nanase, that it has to be with love. So it doesn't make sense there. So why do you think about that? I think what he was essentially doing is using the desire for his magical to overcome somebody. Trick Ikako into, oh, I'll give it to you. No, I'm not going to give it to you. Because I'm the emperor. I choose who gets this or not. I think that's kind of what they're playing there, but it was kind of a fake out. Like, oh, he's going to her to take her out. Do it, whatever. Anyways, the fight was stupid. Immediately brings out 2 of these dual wielding these things. One was the Reamer, which is his ace in the hole. Is for your and the Reamer is for your. And then he at some point breaks her sword. This old sword cannot face the power of technology of today, which is it's so stupid. Just takes her out. It was crazy. Absolutely crazy. But no, I love the fact that he points out that is nothing without love. And so she replies saying love comes after in the dictionary. She's not wrong. I mean, she's not wrong. But no, that's when Jinosuke goes to free Nanase. And again, this was kind of assuming it was going to happen. The fact when they put those bracers on her, that this was going to be probably the thing that kind of pushes him to do it. But at least it has a nice little build up here in the idea that they're kind of having a follow-up discussion from before. Why did you forgive me even though you remember that day? You remember when I myself upon you, something that he's been, again, regretting this entire time, that I scared her. Why is that girl that I scared, why is she trying to help me now? Oh, because I didn't want you to torment yourself. I didn't want you to be tormented by guilt. I wanted to be a true buddy like I wanted to back then. Back then, they were buddies. Again, she confronted him, seen that he was being bullied, and she wanted to be his buddy. And it just, yes, happens to be that the society itself has this perverted law, and it perverted his mind to think that's how I can save her. Yes, he says that in the end, I wanted to do it. But there's that aspect that he was polluted into that as well. He was brainwashed into thinking that's what he had to do, and thus he desired it. She's seen that. I didn't want you to be tormented by that. I wanted to be your buddy. I wanted to support you no matter what. Yes, you scared me, but I wanted to support you. That's what I wanted to do. That's why I did it. It's cute. It's cute. And yeah, he says that she showed him that they're not alone anymore. They're all together. He doesn't have to be afraid anymore. He also realized the FS is not different from them as well. Which, yes, is true. Again, they were kind of giving that hint there in the idea that they're all sort of troubled by something. They're all being exploited some way. They're all outsiders in some way, that they come together and have a place together there. But then he apologized to her again. Says he doesn't want to have regrets this time. She says you can do it. And they do it. And they do it. They actually do it. Congratulations. 2 main characters in a series is not afraid of anime. You could do, I mean, it's not really just the fact that it's anime. It's just more the fact that there's just not many broadcast channels you could do things like this. Let's be perfectly honest. It's more of a fact that it just doesn't really fit well in most manga and anime for sale. But it's good. I like it. I like it. No holding things back. I like that stuff. But outside of that, because he eventually goes back to the top, confronts Toka. She says that she's going to cut off his legs or whatever, have a conversation. So they're going to fight it out, whatever. Outside of that, we did have a couple other scenes. One was interesting because we had a brief scene with Toshiaki and his assistant. And the fact that, yes, they're pointing out the fact that the FS is going up against the anti-compilation front. They're going to protect the guillotine and get the magical. And in talking about the magical itself, Toshiaki says that he would like to see it. Now, again, I go back to that whole thing where it's like, why do they believe that this is so powerful? And again, it's the idea of like, you know, controlling everybody because it's so desired or whatever. But there's like a side of me that kind of wonders if Toshiaki feels, could he possibly feel that he could be overcome by Jinosuke and thus he wants to get rid of Jinosuke? And again, that could be why Toka wanted it so badly, is to use it against Toshiaki. Could he possibly be smaller? He's going to probably be smaller than Jinosuke, but it just, like, I want to see it. I don't think Toshiyaki's gonna be gay. I mean, I wouldn't doubt it, but again, I kind of assume that Fumino is gonna be his daughter, and this guy that came to get Fumino is probably gonna be her grandfather, because that's where it kind of plays into the last scene that we have, is just that Fumino and Asane, they all meet up with the supporter. The supporter shows up to come pick up Fumino. He says, I don't know if she'll be valuable in this state, which I'm assuming is probably because of how things have progressed with it going to the mainland. But either way, leave everything to me. And apparently this is all according to their plan. Misaki goes behind. I'm very good at... If you know what I mean. I can shove this right up your... You better not mess with us. But yeah, they're apparently going to use him as a bargaining chip. So that my assumption there is that Junosuke at some point figured out, I don't know how, possibly figured out that this supporter is somehow related to, again, one of my assumptions is going to be Toshiaki and Fumino. That this is going to be, daughter, father, and grandfather. And possibly using the grandfather against them as a bargaining chip. If you don't want anything to happen to your father, listen to us, Toshiaki. I don't know. Could go that direction. It could just be this could all be some stupid big spout between the family members. I don't know. We'll see. But anyways, good episode 10 of Nukitashi. Looking forward to the last episode. Next week is the finale. Crazy. So we'll see how things kind of pan out for it. Hopefully it has a really good ending to it, because overall, I've really, really enjoyed the show. So I'll see you guys next week for the finale. But until then, hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, if you did, hit the like button down below. If you like this content and you want to support the channel more, become a member of the channel, because this will probably get demonetized. Until next time, y'all take care.